A beautiful smile, you girls. We are live. Hello, everybody. Hi, Tanya. Who else is here?
Everybody.
Good to see everybody. I just want to congratulate all of you that are here at our very last makeup masterclass. You are officially graduating tonight. You are now masters. You know all your tricks. I know that you've learned so many great tips and tricks, and you have your consultant that you can bounce things off of, and they can go over some of the information that you've already learned with them. So don't be afraid to reach out if you need some more instruction on it, but I know that you're all masters now. So we are so excited for tonight. This is our final class called Pro Touch-Ups, because it doesn't make a difference if you really know what you're doing. If you have the right tools, you're going to look like a pro anyway. So we're going to bring you through all the pro touch-ups that you need to make sure that you take all those tips and you're fabulous. So remember to comment if you're here, whether you're watching live or the replay, so that we know you're here, so that you can get your name entered into our fabulous spa drawing. Okay, and then we'll know that you're here for fun prizes that we're going to be giving out, and then we have a little sneak peek of what's coming up at the very end. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Okay. For those of you who are here, who have been to all 4 classes, make sure you throw up hands so we know who you are, so we can congratulate you and celebrate you for being with us and learning all these new fun things. So I'm going to introduce our other teachers, or let them introduce themselves in just a second. I'm going to say hi, I'm Karen. I'm your elementary school teacher, or former elementary school teacher turned Mary Kay beauty consultant, and I wanted to share something with you tonight that I thought was really fun. And I was thinking about it this week, and I thought, oh my goodness, I was talking to the kids, and I was telling them they were working on something, and they were it came out of my mouth. I'm losing my train of thought, but they were saying they were struggling with something. I said, you know, what you think about, you bring about. And it just reminded me when I started my business how I heard that quote from Mary Kay Ash, and it just took me by storm, because I thought that is so true. If your mind believes something, you know you're going to achieve it. And if you don't think you can, you won't. So I wanted to share that with you, because as a new consultant, I had to believe that I could do what I was doing before I knew what I was doing. So I love that quote, and I wanted to share it with you because I thought it was so inspirational. And it reminds me of my friend Sandy, who's right over there. Because I remember when she purchased her boat with her husband, and she was telling me about a dream book that she had years and years ago, before she even knew that she even wanted a boat. And she had this picture of this boat in her dream book. Now, the dream book was set aside, but years later when she found it and she opened it, and I'm telling her story because it's all about how what your mind, you know, it believes what it sees. So she opened her book, and it was almost the identical boat that she had put in her dream book 25 years prior. Like, that is crazy how powerful our mind is. So I just thought I'd share that with you, because I love the teachings that we have in Mary Kay. But I want to, if one of you girls, Danita or Sandy, want to introduce yourself, and why don't you share like something that you've, you know, a quote or something that you've heard from Mary Kay that kind of touched you.
Okay, well, I'll go since you were talking about my dream book, because you know what? I know, that's so awesome. You know why I did that? Because I took a training on goal setting and vision casting and how we can create our life, and they said 90% of what you put in the book will happen if you visualize it. So I know. So when I look back at it, it really did happen. So those of you that don't have a dream book, you just take any kind of little booklet and paste pictures in there. I put things on there I didn't even want, and I got them because it was just it's magic. So, but my name is Sandy. I've been at Mary Kay for 26 years now. I actually, prior to Mary Kay, I had a college degree, but I was a soul searcher. I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. So I kept going back to school and working many jobs in between. So I've tried all kinds of things. I tried working in a daycare because I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't want to go to school that long. So I thought, oh, I'll work at the daycare and I can kind of be a teacher. And then I always did bartending on the side because that was really fast, easy, quick money. And that's why I loved Mary Kay. Kay because it was like bartending. You could go to work and come home with your money, and I loved that. I hated when I had to go to work for 2 weeks and wait for a paycheck, and then you get it and it's all gone and you have to wait for it to come again. So prior to Mary Kay, I did try several things. I tried accounting. Fun at first, but boring. Same numbers over and over and over again. So I was just a jack of all trades, master at none, trying to figure out what my life was going to hold for me. I really wanted to be a stylist, but when I went to hair school, I didn't finish because I was afraid to actually work on people's hair. So that didn't work out. So I liked makeup because I thought, oh, that washes off. So if I make a mistake, it just wash off. So actually, my Mary Kay quote today for you had to do with focus, which is kind of interesting. So what we focus on magnifies. So we were talking earlier before we did this class on how many of you are working from home now, and it's really easy to get distracted, right? So we do all work from home, all 4 of us on the call tonight, and I went through a period of time where I didn't know how to do this because you get so distracted by everything going on. And so like you would be going to make phone calls or calling your customers, and then you're like, oh, I need to do those dishes. And then I better throw a load of laundry in. And then, you know, I better just dust this up real quick. And then by the time I got back to my desk, my day was almost over. So I had a lot of trouble focusing. So I learned about putting blinders on. And if you picture a racehorse, they have these blinders on, and that's so that they can't look left and they can't look right. They can only look straight ahead. So I became so focused. I'm like the master at focusing now. What was it you guys were laughing at that I did? Because I am so focused that it doesn't matter to me what is going on. There could be a hurricane around me. And, oh, I know, they said I don't notice the little things on the bottom of the screen. So that's what we're talking about. They're like, Sandy, you're so focused on what you're saying, you don't even notice the little things at the bottom of the screen. So it's just really important, you guys, to learn how to put your blinders on and really focus, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes. Those of you that are working from home for your other job, or those of you that are consultants now, or those of you that are trying to balance it all, like, you know, be with your kids, but be with them totally focused for 15 minutes. That's all they want you for anyways. And then you can go on to another activity and be super focused in that. Us women are kind of like a bowl of spaghetti, like we just mesh it all in. Men are waffles, they can only do one at a time. So so that's my favoriteest quote that I learned in Mary Kay was focus. So I hope that will help some of you girls that are working from home and trying to balance it all. Just kind of put your blinders on. I want to give a shout out. We got some more people on here. We have Jen Herman and Genevieve and Beth Waite and Rebecca. Yay, Rebecca is back as a new consultant. So Tanya, we got so many people, so fun people. Thanks for joining us. So I'm going to let my friend Danita tell you what she used to do prior to Mary Kay.
Hi, I'm Donita Kof, and I've been building my business in Mary Kay for 29 years. I cannot believe it's been that long. And if someone would have told me even 30 years ago that I'd be doing this, I would have told them they were crazy, because I've never felt like I've been real outgoing, and I was actually pretty shy. And I've really learned a lot from Mary Kay. For one thing, we're not all those. We all have gifts and talents they're inside of us, and we don't necessarily know that they're there until we seek them out. And so my background years ago, before Mary Kay, was I was what was called a land and title analyst, and I was really comfortable with it because all it took was having the knowledge to work with title on oil and gas things. And so I worked for a couple of oil and gas companies because I'm originally from Oklahoma, so that's where I was. And to me, it was simple. It was a piece of cake. I was really good at math, so that helped a lot too, because I had to do a lot with math and title and all of that. But I could just stay in my office, and it didn't mean I didn't love people. I was very shy. And so when I moved here from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I had just started using my Mary Kay products out in Tulsa, I had a brand new consultant right before I left. So I found a beauty consultant after I moved here, and she took me to a Mary Kay event where I learned about Mary Kay the business. But there's something that I have learned through all these years, and what's really neat is last year when we did Fall Advance for our area consultants, we did the Wizard of Oz thing, kind of a little skit, and it just hit everything right, the nail right on the head, because we had the lion who didn't think that the lion didn't think he had courage. We had the scarecrow that didn't think he had a brain. And then we had let's see, what was the other one? The lion, the scarecrow, brain. Oh, and the Tin Man who didn't think he had a heart. And they all discovered at the end of their journey, and including Dorothy, they all had inside of them what they needed all along. And that's something I have really learned through Mary Kay, is that we all have the gifts and talents that we need for anything that we want to do. And that's really, I wanted to do something badly enough. If we wanted to earn a car, if we wanted to go across stage for diamond rings, Mary Kay knew that we all had it within us to do it. And that's what I really enjoyed from Mary Kay. And so I'm anxious to hear what Ryan has to say now about what she has learned from Mary Kay. So take it away.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name's Ryan, and I've been building my business for 6 years. Prior to Mary Kay, I was a client coordinator at a mortgage company, and currently working for my dad's business as his office manager. And my favorite quote kind of has to do with my daughter. So for those of you who don't know me, I have an 8-year-old daughter, and she is the most outgoing, like crazy, like full of personality. She has, crazy dreams. One minute she's going to be a pop star. The one minute she's a police officer, fireman, dancer, so it just reminded me that we all had these little girl dreams, and we all had, wanted to shoot for the moon, and we wanted to we didn't have any fear as a kid. So Mary Kay always said, shoot for the moon and you'll land amongst the stars. And, as we get older, life happens, and then we kind of forget about those dreams that we had. And with Mary Kay, it's you can start to have those little girl dreams again, and, have the pink car and the diamond. So I just love it. It's so amazing. And it's made me just really dream a huge, better, amazing life for me and Bianca. So that's my favorite Mary Kay quote.
Awesome. And if anybody's joined us, since we've started, make sure you give a shout out so we know that you're here. Thanks, Ryan. That was so great.
You're welcome. All righty. So I'm going to dive right in here, and I will bring the other girls back. So they're going to go away for a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to talk about pro tools, because that is, if you want to be a pro with your makeup, you need to have professional tools, because makeup artists use professional makeup brushes, and our brushes are professional makeup quality. So what I'm going to tell you is, so most professional makeup artists use natural hair brushes. So our brushes are actually, let me back up, sorry. So the reason they use natural hair brushes is because they come from, product sticks to them better. So, but a downfall to natural hair brushes is when you're applying it, you'll see the little hairs fall out. So have you ever had that happen with your brushes? It is frustrating. So the reason that happens is they take all of the hair and they tie it around here. And then, if natural hair isn't perfectly cut, so it's going to fall out. Now, Mary Kay's makeup brushes are of synthetic hair. Now, what's great about synthetic hair is that it can be used for wet or dry products, and it grabs the products just as well. Now, what Mary Kay did is they, took together the hair and they laser cut it so that it's evenly cut, so there's no fallout from your brushes, because who wants to apply makeup and have little black hairs looking on your face? That's not fun. So the first set of tools is our essential brush collection. Now, they all come in this amazing black carrying bag. Perfect. Look super professional. So this is the all over powder brush. Now, what I love about this brush is that it's super big and fluffy, and it's great for a product that Karen's going to talk about later tonight. But translucent powder, you just put this on all over. It's great if you make a little mistake with your blush. If you apply too much, you can kind of brush it off with that. So I love this huge fluffy brush. The next brush in our brush collection is our cheek brush. So this brush is amazing because it's like a 3-in-1 brush. So this middle part, you're going to use for your blush. So apply it like normal. Then this flat part here, if you can see, this is what you apply your contour with. So you're going to do this to make you look 10 pounds lighter. Then this top part, the curved part, is where you apply your highlighter. So the very like tops of your cheeks. So, and then you could put your thumb here and have more control over your brush. So it's awesome. So 3-in-1 cheek brush, gotta have it. Now the next 3 in the brush collection are our eye brushes. Now Sandy talked a lot about these during our first makeup class, if you remember. So it includes the all over shadow brush, which is perfect to apply your eyeshadow with just all over your lid. The crease brush is that angled brush. So this is perfect to help create that V shape when you're doing a smoky eye or just blending some colors together. Then the last one is your smudger brush. So it's cone shaped. So it's good to do just some blending as well as applying your eyeliner. So these 5 brushes are our essential brush collection, which they're amazing. Now these are I'm going to show you some customized brushes that you can add to your essential brush collection. So the first one is our eye curler and eyeliner brush. So this little spoolie at the end looks like a mascara wand. This is great to comb your eyebrows. You can even like comb your lashes before you have any product if you have like really curly eyelashes. This next part is the angle. You can see this angle and it's like stiff. Let me show you. So what this is great for is applying your eyeliner. So you can apply this with like a gel eyeliner, or if you're doing your top lid, blending is really key. And sometimes it's a little hard to get right along your lash line. This brush, it will be your best friend. So gotta have that one. The next wonderful brush is our cream eyeshadow. So this brush, everybody should have a couple of these. So because this is for multi-use area. So for your cream color, you can do this for your concealer. So under your eyes, if you have blemishes, you can apply that. Then you're gonna want one to maybe apply your lipstick with. So applying with a brush helps very great precision. A little hack for this, when I'm doing my eyeshadow, sometimes I get a little carried away and go up a little too high. I'll take a little concealer and just kind of like cover it up in a way. So you want to have a couple of these. And I forgot to mention, all of the brushes say what they are on the side. So if you get your own brush collection, you won't have to remember which is which. It's on there for you. We make it super easy. So then I'm going to talk quickly about 4 foundation tools. So this brush is our liquid foundation brush. Now you may remember this from our Flawless Face class. The liquid foundation brush is angled, so you can see that here. It gives you medium coverage with your liquid foundation. You can also use this with a cream to powder if you would like to. The next powder brush for foundation is our powder foundation. So this is great for our mineral powder, and it's great because it's rounded and it's super dense, and it gives you perfect, even controlled coverage for your mineral powder foundation. And then this one is, it looks like a big toothbrush, but I love it. So this gives you full coverage with your foundation, and there's like 10,000 bristles in here. And it is amazing to apply your foundation with. It's super nice and soft. And then our last one, it's not a brush. It is, but it isn't. So it's our blending sponge. You actually wet this, and then it's bigger, and you can apply your foundation with this. It's great to apply like near your nose. It's also good for other like baking, which we talked about that last class. So many amazing foundation brushes. So comment below if you have any questions for us, but I'm going to bring Danita on, and she's going to talk to you about some primers.
Hi there. Okay, primers are really awesome because they hold on to your different products so that your makeup lasts longer. So I'm really excited to share about those. And the first thing that I'm going to share with you is our foundation primer. And so here's the foundation primer, and I'll show you what it's like. It's a needle nose. So what's really nice about it is you can put it on your fingertips, apply it to your apply it to your face after you get all your skincare done and before your foundation. And the great thing about the foundation primer, there's a couple of things. First of all, we are the only ones, Mary Kay has the only primer that has an SPF in it. It has an SPF 15. So even if you don't do anything else that has, like if you just want to do loose powder or whatever, you still can at least have the SPF 15 protection. So it's really, really awesome that you do that. All right, so that's the primer. And I sent my husband out at the last minute to get an orange because I realized I didn't have an orange, but I'm going to share this with you. The neat thing about the foundation primer too is not only does it grab your foundation and help it stay on longer, give you the SPF 15, but it also smooths out the surface of your facial skin, of your pores. And until I learned about the orange, I used to always tell people, because this is what I was taught, it's kind of like when you go down the road, you know, and there's potholes, and then they come along and they fill the potholes up, and it makes the road really smooth again. When I put it on, that my skin feels so much softer just because all it's done is it smoothed out the pores. So it smooths that. It has the SPF, and then it also grabs your foundation, and that way you can wear your foundation, gives your foundation more time, more of the day without feeling like you need a touch-up. Okay, so that's the foundation primer. We have great primers. Okay, and then we have a lip primer. I adore this product. Would never be without this one because first of all, it is a time-wise product. So it works to help with anti-aging on your lips, and it holds on to your lip color. I mean, that's the one thing about all these primers. Primers are meant to hold on to the product longer. That's one of the key things, okay? So it holds on to your lip color a lot longer. You'll find that it won't transfer off when you drink off of a glass. It won't transfer off like it would if you didn't wear it. And then the other thing about this is, since it's a time-wise product, this primer is a time-wise product. And I know it comes out backwards when you see it, but it also has anti-aging benefits. So when you use this, not only should it go on your lips, it should also go all the way around outside of the lips. So when you apply it, it really needs to go right along here all the way around. And so this goes on before your makeup. So it's skincare. So that skincare part's going to go on first, and then you'll add your liner and your lipstick. And so it'll grab that and fight the fine lines around your mouth. Okay. And then another, Ryan, I'm going to save you for last here, but the next thing I'm going to do is the eye primer. There's a big difference when you do your eye makeup when you use our primer versus without. And I'm going to show you just really, really quick, because when you put it on the back of your hand, just to kind of see, I'll put a little bit there and rub it in. Okay. Hope you can see. I need to hold it up so you can see it better. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And then I've got my color palette right here that's got kind of a dark navy. And so I'm going to put that. And I'm going to do the area that's not got the primer on it, because I'm going to do that first, just so you can see. Okay, so this is that. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then now I'm going to put it down here where the primer was. Look at the difference. It really grabs the color. As soon as I hit that brush there, did you see how it grabs it? So it's very, very different when you use your primer. So the really cool thing about the eye primer and the lip primer is it keeps your makeup on longer, okay? And then this final primer, and Ryan's going to join me for this because it is the lash primer. And so she's got it on. You could probably guess. I guessed earlier when I got on, she says, I don't know if you can tell the difference. I said, yes, I can. Her right eye, she put this on first and then put her mascara on. And can you see the difference? I noticed it right away. She said, I don't think you tell the difference. I said, oh, yes, you can. So it's a beautiful brush. I love using this eye primer or eyelash primer, I mean. So it's got a cute brush in the black and the white. When you put it on, you'll be able to feel it. It's very cool because some of it'll, you'll feel it right at the root of your lashes. And so you'll know you're putting it on. I can always tell when I'm running low because it doesn't feel as cool and it doesn't feel quite as wet. And it dries very quickly. So you can put it on the bottom and put it on the top. It is safe for contact lens wearers. That's one thing I want you to be sure to know is these products are safe. The primer, if you happen to get it close to your eyes, and the lash primer, they're safe for contact lens wearers. So those are our primers. We have great support of our colors so that when we start putting that on, it looks the best.
Yes,
Thanks.
awesome. All right, so I will bring Sandy up next.
Here I am. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I muted myself because they're hammering my house. So if you hear little hammers, I got little elves out there working. Okay, so I am going to turn my camera a little bit because I'm talking to my oily skin girls. So how many of you out there, first of all, have oily skin? It's the most annoying thing, right? But let me just first clarify something. If you have oily skin, that does not mean that you don't need moisturizer. You especially need moisturizer. So if you don't hydrate your skin and you have oily skin, unfortunately, your pores are going to keep making more oil because it feels like it's dehydrated. So my number one tip is if you have oily skin or combination, mostly it's like this T-zone here. So your forehead, your nose, and your chin. So you get really oily in those areas. Okay, so you do need moisturizer there. So your skin has to be hydrated. There's a total difference between oil and water. Okay, so you want to take the oil out, but you want to put the hydration back in. So I'm going to demonstrate one of my favoriteest products for oily skin. So if you are an oily skin girl, like you need to have this product. And many of us in the summertime get oilier skin than usual even. So this product is called our Oil Mattifier. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about it in a minute, but I need to start my demo. So this is a really cool demo. So how many of you have used olive oil before? Now it's green, so it's going to go behind my green screen. But this is olive oil. Okay, I just wanted to show you so that you know. I'm going to pour it onto this plate. Okay, so let me just put my little mirror here so you can see that oh no, and it's green. So here, I'm going to take you off the green screen so you can see. Oh, it's still probably going to show you. Okay. Oh dear. Everything's backwards too. Okay, so we have this little spot of olive oil. Okay, so it's not as green as it is on my plate, but that's because I have a green screen. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to take this little oil mattifier, okay, and I'm going to drop a little in it. Did you see how it's absorbing it? Like, get out of town, you guys. If this stuff, we'll come back to it in a minute, okay, but I am going to look at it. Like, just check that out. It's crazy. It'll keep absorbing that olive oil, okay? So I'm going to come back to me for a minute. Hi. Okay, so let me tell you about that. What's in there? What's in there that does that? It's so powerful. So you guys, this is just really silky. Like you saw I only did a little drop, and did you see like how much that absorbed? Just a little tiny dab. Okay, I'm going to put it on my nose just so that you guys can see when it goes to work what it's going to do. Okay, and my cheeks get a little oily here. Okay, so I'm just stippling it on. Now, you notice I already have makeup on, right? Okay, see how it made me more matte already? So you guys, you want to put this on really before your makeup, okay? So you want to do your moisturizer, and then you would put on your oil mattifier, and then you would put on your makeup. Now, this will control oils for 8 hours, but if you have really oily skin, you might need to carry this in your purse and just throw a little dab on in the middle of the day, and it'll absorb it right over your makeup. It's got these little copolymers, and they act like little sponges, and what they do is they actually absorb oil, so it can absorb like 10 times its weight in oils. It's crazy. This is like the best little product, and I believe it's only $16 or $17 from Mary Kay. I'm sorry, I looked it up before and I forgot. So definitely worth it if you have oily skin. Okay, so this must be going on your wish list. Now, we're going to come back to my little demo in a second. And while that is still absorbing some oils, I'll tell you the key ingredient in our oil mattifier is something called silica. It's very silky. So when you put it on, your skin feels really silky. I mean, look at the difference between my forehead and my nose, you guys. Amazing. If you are oily, you need to put this, call your consultant like ASAP. Okay, so you want to apply it sparingly, but the silica is actually an anti-caking agent, okay? So then you can put your powders on after you've oil mattified, and your powders will work way better. They won't turn into mud. Just do me a favor. You don't want to, when you get oily, you don't want to just go and apply powder to it because you're just going to make a mess. So I'm going to give you another little tip for that. But the other thing that has in there is actually a toning agent, which is kind of bizarre, you would think. So it's got a little mild astringent, so that will also help absorb the oils. So it's kind of a really unique and amazing product. I've never seen any other line that has one like Mary Kay's. The other thing I want to share with you is these beauty blotters. These are incredible, you guys. For $6, you get 75. So if you're an oily skin girl, you definitely want those too. Okay, so these are like little tissue papers. Okay, now I'm going to get really raw with you guys today and really kind of gross because I'm going to put it on my forehead and I'm going to show you what it actually does. So they're little beauty blotters. I know they kind of look like something else. And you pull them out. They're little like tissue paper, but they're silky tissue paper. And all you do, one would do the trick, okay? So you just pull them out and press it on where you have oils, okay? Where you have any oil, and it's going to blot off. It's going to blot off your oils. Isn't that crazy? So if you already did your oil mattifier, you can go ahead and blot all over. This will take the oil off, look, without taking your makeup off. Isn't that sick? It's crazy. So these are called beauty blotters, okay? Pack of 75 for $6. So oily skin people, you must get these. Don't let another day go by. Okay, so let me come back to my little display of I love this, my little oil mattifier. Oh, you can't see it again because it's on my green screen. I don't know. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see. But as you can see, it keeps absorbing. So you know, if we came back to it after the show here, you would see that it absorbs more and more and more and more. But you guys know how heavy olive oil is. Like your face oil is nothing like olive oil. Let me just tell you. Okay. So my two favorite products. Woohoo. So call your consultant and get your oil-free products.
Oh, I'm here. I was so interested in your products, I forgot that I was teaching the next two products. So Sandy, that was great. I loved it. I'm sold, man. I love that. So Sandy and I were talking, and she's oily, and I'm a little bit more on the dry side. So I do use the mattifier in the summer, but other than that, it's not like a natural thing for me. So I'm going to talk to you about finishing. So you want to finish your look too, because you do go through all the time and effort to do that. So I have two quick products. One is our translucent powder, and the translucent powder is milled over 200 times. So when you think of a mineral powder foundation, it's a little bit heavier. The translucent powder is super light. I can't even tip it over and show you because it will fall out all over everything. So this is the translucent powder. I'll see if I can get a little shout out to you. So it's clear. It's a white powder. So the nice thing about this is that it's anybody can wear it. So you don't have to have a certain shade in order to do it. It provides a really sheer and visible finish, which is nice. And it eliminates the need for any kind of shade matching. So you can see the reason it's milled so much is it becomes very, very light. So when I tap it, you'll see it's more of like, I don't know if you can see this on screen. It's more of a dust. It's so light. I'm creating dust all over my computer. So it's more of a dust because it's so lightweight. And I'm not going to put it on my face because I'm going to show you another product with that. But it feels weightless. It's a nice finish. It controls a little bit more of the unwanted shine, but it also helps soften lines. So if you're worried about that as well. But for me, because I'm drier, it actually provides a nice finish. So I don't like to look super dewy, but I do like a little finish when I'm working on my setting, okay? But I wanted to share with you something that you've probably never heard about, and this is our finishing spray. I love this product, and I'm going to show you this and put this on tonight so you can see what it does. So it feels completely breathable. You cannot feel this product on your skin at all. It definitely keeps your makeup looking freshly applied for hours. So this is like the last step. This is like taking the football and running all the way down to the 1 yard line and stopping. And that would be where this comes in. This is putting on that last touch to like make you look. It's the difference between finishing and wow when you use this product. So it washes off just as easily as it goes on. And it dries really quick. It never feels wet, and it's okay. People with oily skin probably don't think to use a finishing spray, but it actually is great for you because it will help your makeup stay. Like when an option for having makeup on your face for 16 hours is, or it's not an option for you, that's when you need to use your finishing spray. So I'm going to show you how you use it. You're not going to spray it directly onto your face. And I know the girls are laughing because they love the way I apply it, and I'll just do it the regular way for you. You want to do it in a crisscross motion so that it gently falls onto your skin. So I'm going to use the computer as a mirror. We'll see if I can get it. So you close your eyes and you crisscross the spray, and it falls right onto your face and leaves a finish. So you just one time across each time. I think I did my shoulder on the other one. So you just do that, and it creates like a little glow. So you're not oily, but you're not, it's not so matte. So I love this. You only need about 2 or 3 spritz. I really like to follow and chase it. I know they're laughing because I love this finishing spray so much. And honestly, when you use it, you look like your makeup is fresh all day long. You really do. It sets it right in place, and it holds it. It just gives you like that little pop. And I didn't believe it. The very first time I used it, I went out to a gathering a few years ago when we could gather, and I was at my sister's, and there was probably about 50 people there, and 2 people came up to me and they're like, "What did you do for your makeup?" And one was a customer, and I went through the whole thing. She goes, "I have it, I use it, I do it, I love it, okay." And then I got to this, and she goes, "I don't have that." That's what the difference is, and it's true. That is the little difference between finishing and like the wow. So those are the 2 products I wanted to share with you tonight: the translucent powder, which is light and it's a great finish, and the spray, which is something you may not have tried anymore. It's light, you can't even feel it on your skin at all. Those are my 2 products. And Sandy's going to come back because she's laughing already, because I know she loves when I put on my powder and I chase it, or my spray, and I chase it around.
I'm laughing super hard. Listen, I was thinking all these consultants, you guys need to go away to our overnight trips so you can learn everybody else's beauty little hacks. Karen's are odd. You need to get
Karen's are odd. So I will share with you. It's a little fun story from the hotel room because we like to room together. So I put this on, and Sandy only caught the end of it. So when I sprayed it, I was like this. And that's the only part of it she caught. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "My finishing spray." I don't think that's how you're supposed to use it, but that's okay.
It works for her.
It works.
So.
It works.
Whatever works.
I know.
So we just want to thank you for coming on for our little beauty tips, our pro tips today. So make sure you comment if there's something you learned, or you learned about a Mary Kay product that you didn't know before we talked about it today. So we had lots of some repeat product, and then some new products that you probably never tried. But we have a surprise for you all. We're so excited. So remember when we did a designer handbag drawing last month? Well, we decided, oh my goodness, we have to get a new purse to give away, right? So I do believe the winner of our purse drawing for my unit is on tonight, Beth Waite. She won our purse, and I posted a picture of her. So Karen, do you have your designer?
I have mine. So we're going to be giving multiple bags.
Yeah.
This is a gorgeous Kate Spade tote. Now, who wouldn't want to have this? Yeah, I love it.
Listen, if it's free, it's for me, right? So we actually will have four different designer purse drawings going on. Yeah, so you have the month of, so we're going to tell you how you can get entries into that. So if you fill out the survey, we have a Google Doc survey that your consultant will text to you, or you can find it on the Facebook page. Usually it's pinned to the top. You can fill out that quick little survey. It's just a couple of questions, getting your feedback of the event. Maybe you want to give us some feedback on other products or demos you would like to have us do. So that's how you get an entry into the purse drawing. If you'd like to do a sharing appointment with your consultant and one of us directors together, that would be awesome. We'll share some more feedback with you. But another way is we are starting a new series starting next week in August. So our series in August will include the same thing, a quick Facebook Live. We're going to keep them to 20 minutes because it's summertime. So we'll do the same time, same station, so 8:15 p.m. And we have some awesome tips for you for, all right, what did we call them, girls?
Summer Sizzler. Our Summer Sizzler
Scissors. Well, it
series.
had to do with like what
It's
we've been
needed.
hearing. Some needs are maskne. That's the new
Yeah.
word. That's the new buzzword. Maskne. So those of you that are wearing your masks are getting a lot of acne and blemishes. So we found out that's called
Yeah.
maskne, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Lots of tips and fun solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
So we have lots of great tips for mask wearers. And then because you only see from here up, we have some great tips for your eyes. So we're going to come on with our masks one of the weeks and give you some tips for your eyes to make them really pop through your mask. So we hope you'll join us coming up next week, starting next week. And you'll get into those drawings, and then we'll be doing the purse drawing. I don't know what the exact date is, but we will let you guys know. So thank you for tuning in today. So be sure if you have questions or comments, you put them in the little section there and we will get back to you. So have a great night and thanks for tuning in again.
Bye.
Bye.